Like you're God of War, and you look like you've got fins on your arms. Like this isn't Mars. This is Poseidon role playing as Mars.
Yeah, I just feel like Mars would not taste. Like I feel like no. I mean, he kind of looks like a person, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, like he's meant to be humanoid.
Are you saying you would want to eat a human being?
I mean, technically, pangolin is a humanoid animal, right? So you're like eating a hybrid. It's like eating a centaur, right? If you eat a centaur, are you like, is it like, are you cannibalizing or?
Yeah, sort of. I mean,
But it's a different species, right? So like, what's the definition of cannibal?
yeah, but still, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's still it's close enough, Like,
I just love
I mean,
how we
maybe if you
draw the
eat
line at eating it.
the
We don't draw
horse
the line
part.
at killing people, but eating them. Whoa, that's too far.
No, but to be fair, I mean, I had this discussion where it's like, I mean, okay, so if it was like, would you want to try like human, like if it was like
Accepted.
if it was like a thing, like yeah, and like the person was dead, obviously you're not gonna kill someone to try to eat it, but would you?
I mean, like logically, you wouldn't want to, but the question is if someone gave it to you, you didn't realize, right? If they violated your taste buds.
Well, okay, so to be fair, I mean, like my answer was still no, but and it's also because apparently there's something like if people eat people, there's some like it's your brain can become super fucked up or something.
Yeah, well, it's so it's like psychological. So it's if they realize that you eat people. So you could feed someone people.
No. There's like some bacteria in the
Oh.
human flesh.
I
And
think
it's also
that's to
like
do with like if it deteriorates, right? So it's like it's essentially it's rotting flesh, is what you're getting at.
no. It's called something special. I can't remember because there used to be like this tribe in Papua New Guinea. They used to eat like their elders when they died or something, and then they got like messed up or something.
Grandpapa had a good life. Ain't he tasty?
I mean, it was to like honor them or something. I don't remember. I just thought it was an interesting discussion. It was just
we respect him. Let's honor him by violating his corpse. Chop, chop, chop. Speaking of people who don't know how to chop, by the way, Sven, what's up with this guy? Like, he doesn't know how a sword works. Do you think that his head is like 90% steel and there's no room for a brain in there?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing about Sven, right? Like, what's up with the dude's head? Huh?
Like, we don't want to judge too much, but why are you a freak, dog? Like, what's going on in there?
It's like we're talking here about just eating some people, but he's got a really funny head. So,
I mean, he can't eat people, right? So I feel like we should. I want to include him in the conversation because we're mocking.
He doesn't
him
even
for
have
his
a
inability
mouth.
to eat. Yeah, that's what I mean. He can't eat people, right? So we've mocked him. We've mocked his kind for not being able to eat people. So now we're mocking his head. I don't know how this is including him in any meaningful, like not mean way, but.
Anywho,
we have a draft.
It's kind of like
we
5 men
pulled
are
it through. We got plenty of picks to talk about.
They've stolen the IOPA. It's time to show them how it's done. And Phoenix is now on the other side. The hero that I feel like I never almost see this hero do well. This might actually be a decent game enough for Undying, but
it was like for a track record perspective, I'd agree. Like Undying has looked like dog crap. He's looked how he looks in terms of the way it gets played for like the last year. I think the last 2 weeks is where EU figured it out because China SEA seemed to be kind of quicker on the bandwagon. They were picking up a lot and having success. I wasn't sold until I saw Fada's performance in the ESL 1 playoffs, where he was just ridiculous. Like his position was perfect, his tombstones were amazing, soul rip saves. He was tanking so much damage. So I think like as a pseudo tank, also with Io, I think that was the other catch. Is like when teams had Io Undying, it looked really strong.
Right. All right. So we'll see. Maybe it was just a testament to Fada, not the Undying.
I mean, you suck up to 33, I'll suck up to Fada. We got Mud Golems covered. Right.
Gotcha.
But another thing I would point out is who the hell's killing a tombstone in this game?
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, killing the egg is also not the easiest thing. And they also have this Grimstroke against the Pango Roly Poly, so...
But that Pango, one thing I want to point out, like that's the extra element between the two. You've got disarms, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you're definitely not taking out the egg. One thing I am curious, because I haven't tested it recently, is there used to be this you might be familiar with this very awkward interaction between Io and Pangolier, where
Right.
Rolling Thunder and Teva don't like each other so much.
They're not the best of friends.
No.
Yeah, I mean, this can potentially become a little bit of an awkward IO game. It's both ways, right? But it's like the Pango P and the Void Spirit, all of these blinking heroes, it's easy to break the tether.
Yeah.
The IO kind of has to be on point with this play here.
Yeah, the one I was referring to, by the way, is that I believe it was I wouldn't be able to move if he tethered to a Pangolier and Rolling Thunder.
Oh.
You'd just be stuck there. They might have fixed it though. I recall the early days when Pango came out and I tested it. And it was just very awkward. Like, if it does occur, we might see an awkward fight where Pylai is just sitting there, unable to move, with CBA just doing circles around him.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we'll find out here shortly.
We do get to see Chesty on the Voice Spirit, so once again, he's going to be playing that kind of, Space Maker, that aggressor in the mid game. And it does look like a decent Voice Spirit game. I mean, you can dodge out more or less everything that's thrown at you, even Grimstroke's Silence, right? The only thing I think he's really scared about is Soulbind, because obviously if you get rooted straight away, you can't dodge out spells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll just kind of have to see. This safe lane of Khan this game is quite strong, the Grimstroke Sven. I'm curious if I'm thinking they're gonna do the Pango plus IO. As I feel like the Undying. I'm not even sure actually. It's just I don't know. To me, the Undying looks like he's. I'm not sure where he's going.
Yeah.
He doesn't really enjoy too much playing as Phoenix. Of course, sure, you have the K, which is quite strong as Phoenix in a sense, but the Fire Spirits are very annoying. And yeah, it should be maybe IO and Pango, and then just Undying with the PA.
I think in theory you could do either lane, but like the thing about Pango is in the early phases, obviously you're a stat weak hero. You can get forced out level 1-2. IO offsets that, whereas an Undying level 1-2 just bulks himself up. He doesn't bulk you up.
Yeah. No, for sure. Also, the Undying, he gets to play against this double melee. Not melee, but double strength lane here.
And then there's also the overcharge disarm interaction, right? Like if you're just spamming out these hits as you chase like the Sven down, lucky shot, all of a sudden that what is usually I'd say a favored towards Sven lane matchup rather, where he's got all this extra right click damage, so you can usually deny you an LCS. He might just keep getting disarmed.
And Misery already starting the beating here.
You gotta get in early, man. You pick an Undying, you know what you want to do. You pick this hero. This is the support equivalent of that hero to ruin everyone else's game we were talking about for a carry. You pick an Undying, you're like, I'm gonna ruin the enemy team completely. They're not gonna have fun. At least the first 5 minutes. That makes me wonder, what is like the ultimate scaling support of like, I'm gonna make people not enjoy their game? Is it like Oracle?
I don't know. SD can definitely be kind of annoying, depending on carries. Like what carry is in there.
Yeah, Soul Catch is really good skill as well. Yoga's getting low. Not low enough to kill though.
It's gonna happen. I mean, if Pai if he was close enough there, I think that's a dead Grimstroke. And they lost both of those bottom runes. They only managed to get one top rune, so I don't know, a little bit awkward there.
5 men, they were pressuring top a little bit, but unable to ultimately get the kill on Gilga. The extra stats did pay off for him, but he's already out of regen is the one awkward part.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing that they're doing there is just kind of, they're just, sitting in front of the creeps that don't aggro anymore, right? So they're just standing there, not allowing Khan to go to the wave. Of course, it won't last forever.
Well, that's the thing about Undying. Get your max value for the first 2-3 waves before you inevitably run out of mana completely.
Yeah, Misery did go for this Boots first build, so he's not gonna have a lot of regen. He's got a Sentry flying out right now.
Easy money.
He does get the ward, so...
Yeah, this ward that got placed a little bit earlier. How's the bot lane looking so far? So Xibe actually doing a little bit better on CS. Once he gets that 2, you can kind of screw with Knife's ability to CS. Of course, Sven will eventually catch up no matter what you do to him in lane. And then before you know it, you're talking about these type of items like Stormhammer that ruin your game. But the core matchup isn't favorable this time around, right? Because he's up against the PA, who is looking for a kill on Gilga.
Yeah, it's just that nowadays this MKB item is so kind of standard go-to. Misery here. Okay, yeah, he's gonna just have to walk away, sort of. Does not have enough mana for another decay.
Oh, nice side step on the burn, though. Get punched into him while that's happening. Pango goes down in the bot lane. And jump in, there it is. They baited him in. Gilga didn't see it coming. Ace was lingering nearby the entire time. As that happens, Undying does get the deny in the neutral camp. That means he's gone for 30 seconds, though.
Yeah, I think the kill on the bottom on the Pango is a much bigger deal, though. The Sven already off to a very nice start.
The thing I was going to say about your comment about MKB being so standard is, while it is true, this is a Sven that needs other items first, right? So usually you're looking at, like, maybe a Mask Madness, you want your Ags, like, so you can get on top of the PA. So if you do fall behind the PA early, there is a sizable window, I want to say, where Ace could potentially take over the game.
No, for sure. It's just very unlikely that Sven ever falls behind a PA unless, you know, he gets really shut down in the laning stage, which, by the looks of it, is not really happening right now.
No. And then it makes you wonder, like, where's the point of recovery if that does fall apart? Like, maybe Chessie. You can see a Void Spirit being pretty effective in this game, at least against, you know, the Queen of Pain and the support duo.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad Void Spirit game. It's he's got a lot of targets to kind of go for, like, you know, Phoenix, Grimstroke, Queen of Pain are all some nice targets for you.
So far, he's building a little bit of a lead over Youngji. I feel like it's easier for a Void Spirit to rotate than the Queen of Pain in this game as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. I would think so.
Especially against this mobility. Also, CB
also see here that the Youngji, he invested into this kind of stat-heavy build and is, you know, not yet there at the bottle.
No, Chessie wants to refill his, though. Youngji, he hasn't got any points in Blink, so he can't contest. Well, that's happening in the bot lane. This is getting worrying now. Kind of felt like it was going to end up this way, as Pangos on average do not fare well against Svens in the lane. Usually you feel confident for level 1, 2, and then immediately regret your existence.
I mean, I think it's about the support. It's just I feel like the Grim packs a bigger punch at this point. You know, he's got the 2 points in Inkswell. It's quite a bit of damage, and the stun, double stun there.
Yeah, and it feels like the moment you swashbuckle, you instantly become a target. Like, that's probably always going to be the issue for Xibe in this lane. Already moving deep to secure on the runes. Boom for Chess. He has got a filled bowl, but probably just wants to refill his health at this point. Better get it. Paladine drinks one of the runes at least. And they are trying to pressure on a naive, but I mean, this is the problem. You come in, you tether, you overcharge. He stuns and walks away, and that's without J4 being there. If he was there, he'd probably actually are the one dying. Whoa, Darth Vader. Calm down. Luke? Okay, that was more Voldemort than... Whoa, that's even what? What are you doing with that, Mike?
Is it worse?
Yeah. It's getting worse. Xibe as well.
Xibe?
Uh-oh. Very spaghetti-o. Oh, nice save from Twilight Eye, but not enough. Didn't have the regen to keep his Pangolier in the fight.
Yeah, this is looking quite troublesome. Sven already with the face boots, queuing up the Mask of Madness. Or at least the Morbid Mask. I'm assuming Mask of Madness here.
Should be. I mean, you are against a PA, right? Which can be a bit scary, especially if you don't build armor on this hero. But overall, it should be fine.
May very well be in trouble here.
This has been more or less his experience this game. I mean, usually he's been escaping the death part, barely. And this time with a DD, Youngji ensures that's not going to happen again.
And Ace also queuing up this Mask of Madness here.
I think this is what PAs have been doing whenever they fall behind. Like, if they don't feel as if they're winning their laning phase, Mask of Madness, if you're winning, you either go Battle Fury or Deso. Usually Battle Fury.
Yeah, and right now it looks kind of difficult for 5 men to make any sort of plays here. The Void Spirit is kind of the one having a good game here. He kind of has to find some lanes to rotate to, I think, and make something happen.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to finish the phase boots and then just trying to shift towards the lane, find a kill. Maybe off the back of a rune.
And we can see also J4, he's just continuously stacking camps whenever he has the chance to.
Yeah, while on the side of 5 men, they don't really have anyone stacking at all.
Yeah, Pilot Dice is gonna get the tether away.
You are still breathing. Like, what are you doing in that microphone?
What? How is it possible?
Can you just like... I'm just gonna channel what maybe one person has said in all the days you've cast. And I'll say, can you just stop breathing?
Okay, I will take my last breath now.
Alright, let's see who's going to take that last breath of the top lane. It's Cheshire Cat trying to walk away. This was his arena play. Chessie arrives to punish it instantly afterwards. They bring a lot of heroes to the top lane to ensure he goes down. Because Youngji's here as well, it's not like it was a wasted move. Arena now on cooldown, and Queen of Pain will get back to mid quicker, but still wasted time for Youngji. Nice, he really did take his last breath. Holy crap. We've killed Pajkatt, guy. Oh my god. I wonder how edible he is. I don't know if I'd say he's gaming. Damn it! So close. I was like, woohoo! Easy meal for the week.
It's close. I probably wouldn't be that tasty. I'm too scrawny, you know.
Not gamey, just daunties. This is what we're going for. It's like that moment you get like ask people to honorably, honestly rather, express how they think they taste. Like, yeah,
right.
Too salty.
Yeah, I mean...
I realized how that may have come. That wasn't...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Back to the game.
Back to the Dota. Got Naive. He's got the completed Mask of Madness coming out to him.
Cheshire Cat. Doing it again. In he goes. The Sunray Sonic Wave. It's not enough. Nice heal save. Turnaround comes out. Ace. Not long enough, though. Does go down still. Misery tried his best to save the day, but now Chessie, with the assistance T-Bay, is able to find the kill in the quad. It's a 2-for-2 exchange. But 5 men looking to get the best side of it again as though chasing the Cheshire Cat. Does connect with a spear. But Chessie will now just chase down and finish him off. They've got the Remnant. I'm going to throw it out with the Dissimulate, but C-Bay already gets the kill.
Yeah, and he's at least kind of now finding some recovery from that rough laning stage. Already almost caught up with the Mars. I like that he went for this Javelin early on, even though he's kind of struggling. I think it's still a good choice.
Yeah,
it's going to be spotted here.
J4 barely escapes from PA, no crits. Kyoga does not have 6. I'll get the rune. Kyoga needs to be careful. He has using the dove, but they go, nah, this is way too deep. We know there's reinforcements coming. Chessie will move away. What? Okay, he doesn't want to waste even a second. He's like, no. The 0.2 seconds it would have taken me to pick up that bounty turns into a 0.4 second runaway advantage as one of them has to stop for the bounty.
I mean, he wanted to use the bottle one extra time, and by the time he had already used it, it was too late, and he had to run. Otherwise, he was going to get speared, so the hesitation there kind of killed the bounty rune for him.
I mean, my explanation did sound cooler, but you may be onto something. No smoke. Like, damn it. We missed that bounty rune. We need more value out of the map right now. They're moving towards top. See if they're ready to rock and roll. Doesn't use the wrong thunder, but nice cleanup by Chessie. They might even find the Corey on the way back. Oh, what if I do?
If they could find the Sven here, that would be a very big kill.
Well, they found their pets. All the kitties are dead. The Couriers are down. God Strength forced out. Wrong Thunders on him. C-Bay. Might want to get out though. Youngji is here as well, and he knows he needs to leave. His courier will not die. Like the Radiant couriers did. Chessie about to get a second Astral Step. TP coming in from Undying. Khan, you see they're hesitant. They realize every time they do this, it works for 5 men. But this time around, they got the Soulbind. The double stun as well. Moving in on the Chessie. Reload out. Fails. Everyone cooldown. Can't even try to save the A. Misery is still standing his ground. Disarms come out. Sven bringing him low as well. Jump in. Ace looking for the hit. Gets it. Egg down pretty deep. But next to them, they might be able to bring it down quick enough. Disarm. It's not going to be down to Youngji, but they get rid of the egg. They're all low. But Youngji doesn't have the burst anymore. They do manage to get some up. CMA's going to die. Pylai die. Looks to retreat. Ace goes back in, though. Gets the kill on the J4. Youngji has enough for another Scream. Doesn't need it. Triple kill in the end for the Queen of Pain. And looking for more as well. Pylai die. Saved by the Soul Rep Misery. Trying to punch into him. Youngji does not have any spells available, but he now has the blink to get away. No Rampage, but no death given over. Although Chessie, with a long-ass TP, wants to change that, but far too late.
Yeah, I'm curious there if Misery had the Soul Rip in time to save the PA, which potentially could have saved the fight there, but in the end, Jungji with the
Chungji. Why is he Chungji?
Jungji? I don't know. With the almost the Rampage there, but still the Sven goes down, and I think that's still, it's not a bad fight for 5 men there. So many spells got used. It could have been a lot worse.
Especially once the egg goes down like that. Like, the amount of time where Youngji, at this stage in the game, is just standing next to 4 heroes and doesn't care, just right-clicking them.
Yeah, and Pai almost has the completed mech, despite being the lowest net worth on the board.
Speaking of highest net worth, now you've got Youngji up there after all those kills, matching his Sven, and he wants more gold. Sonic Wave in 25, Orchid at the ready. They'll smoke and they'll move in. The arena is up and available. They want to get close enough. The Sans is going to come out. He's gone. No way they can escape this. The Soulbind links them together. The Sans on the Pylai die ensures he's going to fall as well.
Man, the combo of the Fire Spirits plus the Phantom's Embrace. That's rough.
Even with the overcharge active, it's just still so much minus attack speed. I think the worrying part as well is like the way that they use their ults on Khan doesn't feel like it hurts them, right? Arena's going to be available in another 55 seconds. They didn't use the egg. Soulbind's available in 60. They can basically throw 2 big spells at each of these fights and walk away with 1 or 2 kills each time.
Yeah, Queen of Pain didn't have to use a Sonic Wave. They're going to get Arcane Rune now, and I think the concerning thing is kind of the PA here. Yeah, he got the Mask of Madness maybe because he's behind. He still doesn't have a neutral item. There is a Portman Shield there.
We've all
Unless
been
that's
there.
a dire one. Okay, my neutral shop is maybe bugged.
Radiant has the Portmans. Dire lucked out for some heroes and didn't luck out for others because they got the Mango Tree. Ooh.
Right.
They're definitely not lucking out in a good way. Here's another pick-off because Pylai die caught out.
And the double Javelin now onto the Pango.
Been a while since I've seen this approach. You know, if your RNG fails you on your core, you make up for it on your other core. And if Ace isn't going to crit, you can do your little magical crits.
Yeah, and oh.
That's a big kill thing, yeah. Soulbind's going to come out though. At least use his spell first, but Naive stuns them both. Roll and Thunder to break up the fight. God Strength trying to move in quick enough to finish him off. Soulbind's going to run out soon. Sonic Wave through gets them though. Deletes 2. Seabait now stuck in the arena with a God Strength Sven is not the outcome he's looking for. Ace will look to TP away successfully, but once again, another fight lost for Khan. This time next to Roche.
And with the God Strength popped and the Sven now Echo Saber Mask of Madness, it's just gonna be a fairly easy Roche. I'm not sure if Ace kind of just, he was hesitating there, like trying to go on the Sven, and I'm not sure if that was the right decision. He was scared of dying, but I feel like when you're not committing to these fights, you're kind of just giving up on them altogether. You know, whether you die or not, potentially, like at least winning the fight could be more worth it for you and your team.
The painful part about this game for them is the lack of lockdown, right? Like of reliable lockdown. And I think that's where every time they fight like this, Khan gets away with casting all their spells. And like the most important one so far has been J4. Every time with these soulbinds, right? It just screws over 5-man's heroes so hard. It feels like they need to jump first, but if Khan are condensed in together, like what's your follow-up? Like how do you stun the Grimstroke long enough that he's not going to throw out his spells before he dies?
No, it's not easy for them at all, and this is why this. I mean, you said that the Undying and the IO has been strong together, but at the same time, like you definitely lack a lot of lockdown, and also to me, just the Undying overall, just I haven't really seen a big purpose for it yet.
No. It's like I can see it working when you have stuns on your cores, right? If you had the Sven, for example, if you had like a Mars or a Slardar, then sure, you actually have lockdown to go with that sustain. But in this situation, Xibe is your best lockdown. Ooh. They baited him well there, though. Young G links towards the PA, and they get rid of that Aegis. They'll just look to leave. They're happy with that.
Yeah, at the same time, they had to use the roly-poly, and KillerPigeon still just responds with everything full, and now a double damage. This bottom push should just continue since there's no ult on the Pango.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't even try and swashbuckle and run away now because Royal Thunder isn't there, so they'll just instantly respond in the trees.
Yeah, and also
what did I just say,
like...
Xibe? What did I just say? Jesus. All right, he's gone. So is Pile Die. They'd never listen, I tell you. That was an ambitious swashbuckle.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they don't see everything that we see.
That is true. They don't... I don't think... Well, if they do, then, you know, shenanigans are afoot. But I think it's the fact that, like, even if the Mars isn't there, right? There's still this Queen of Pain with Sonic Wave, and she knows you don't have Roll of Thunder.
No, definitely kind of just a risky move. I mean, also with the double javelin build, you don't really have that many ways of escaping. You know, you don't have any Greaves, no Yules, no Lotus, anything.
No. We already saw how they can easily just throw the Silence on one and kill the other. The concern. Yeah. Misery standing up against Cheshire Cat. Soulbind actually going to link together as Iron moves in to heal him up with the mech. Saves the day. Egg is going to be thrown down. The Roll Fun is still going on. God's Strength is activated. He's stunned up initially, but not for long enough. They do get rid of the egg. Undying, not able to use the Soul Rip in time, though. He goes down. Ace is full HP. They're going to counter Naive, but the Spear's going to be there. Inkswell running the wrong direction because the Simulator's going to break the back line. Chessie goes in. Stunned up, though. Is going to be brought down. Sonic Wave bursts through him. Xibe turned around on 2 next. No swashbuckle for 2. With the stance there, they need to save the day. Parlay Die will be able to sustain him. But losing Chessie means you can't really take the fight anymore. Khan will also just back up, happy with the outcome, and will continue to farm as they're getting closer to that Aghanims on their Sven. In fact, I do believe...
Already... Yes, sir.
Yup. This is a chunky boy right here.
Yeah, and you can just see the difference in both, you know, net worth and levels on the... If you compare the PA and the Sven. Sven is already level 16. And his PA just got the death, so not even level 2 crit yet, so...
No, I don't feel like I want to look at the breakdown of damage for Ace in the last several fights. It's getting a little bit demoralized, especially when you have this type of build with the Mask of Madness Deso. Misery does actually scare off J4, so he managed to grab the rune at least. That's a little summon. Calm were lingering around bot. They were expecting maybe that Ace would be in that area farming, but they should now make it obvious with Ace not being here that they've invaded the Radiant Triangle.
Yeah, you can see also, like, kind of similarly to the last game where it was 5 men who just held onto this mid tower. Now Khan are just holding onto theirs. It's kind of tough to play against when you can't open up the map.
You look at this scenario where, you know, 5 men, if they want to win this, they have to think about late game. They have to think about maybe like 10, 15 minutes down the line. You mentioned it before, MKB being such an easily accessible item now, being up against this egg where you don't have the best egg hitters as well. You got to favor Khan's draft as this goes later and later.
Yeah, I mean, should the game go very late, who's to say? But yeah, for a good foreseeable future, I definitely would favor Khan here. These mid-game team fights, etc., especially considering how fat the Sven already is.
Yeah, he's just able to stand mid alone. The rest of his team went hunt in the top lane. He's going to turn around in the misery. An ambitious step up from the Undying. Throws down the tombstones. Soul Rip going to heal him up. Able to move away with the reload to the back line. Soulman's going to go out, though. Pango needs to run, but the spear's going to be there into the wall. Chessie in a lot of trouble. They're trying to save him, but they already used too much sustain to try and save Misery. Another easy fight win for Khan. They'll even find Pylai die. Tries to move out, but on the high ground, they're going to find the Pango alongside his ball. PA has nobody left to play with, and Khan, they just want the base. Yeah, they call it.
And that's it. I mean, 2 games in a row now. Phoenix prevailing over the IOPA. Are we gonna see the reverse once again? I doubt it. But who knows?
Very ominous of you.
Undying.
You don't like it.
I haven't really
weird.
enjoyed it so much so far.
So like I wasn't really sold on it for a long time, and then I saw a few different performances in the last tournament. I was like, that might be some of this hero, but I think you're right. Like so far from what we've seen, the execution seems lacking. I think it's maybe in these type of games, right? Like we said, you know, Khan, they shuffle. They're not a tier 1 team. 5 men, they shuffle. I don't think we call them a tier 1 team. That's no offense intended.
I don't think we call them a tier 1.
It seems like Undying requires a very high level of execution, right? It's like if you imagine the Team Secrets, the Team Liquids, you know, OGs, like these type of teams, maybe you're like, okay, yeah, it's a hard hero to make work, but the upside to the hero in the early game can make it worth it. You just have to play very clean, very fast. But in these,
yeah, I feel like
games,
it's just I don't know. I feel like it's very dependent on kind of, you know, like what the enemy heroes are, and I also think you need to when you have this hero, like what the hero does, right? It offers you this tanky frontliner kind of from the 5 position, which is kind of rare, but you need to make up for it. You need to have heroes that can play with it, right? You need to have stuns. You need to have a way of taking fights together with this Undying, so that there's a purpose for the hero. Because right now, you know, stacking a bunch of melee heroes with Undying never really feels that good.
no. And it also feels like you have to be ahead, right? Like you mentioned, he can be your frontliner, and there are some points where it feels pretty tasty. But very quickly, if you fall 2,000-3,000 behind, you're a few levels down, you don't have the stats to frontline anymore. You just either die straight away or they ignore you and go deal with someone else.
Yeah.
But that does mean, although it was a quick second game, it's not a quick series. We're now 1 apiece to 5 men and Khan. It's going to come down to 1 game to break it to see who is going to get the better of it. We're going to head to a short break, and when we return, we'll see who's going to win this, 5 men or Khan. Now we know it can go either way.